Okay, so French literature,
Mm.
it doesn't always have the reputation for
Yeah.
being the life of the party, shall we say.
Right.
But but things were different during the French Renaissance. We're talking 16th century.
Uh-huh.
Total glow up.
Right.
We're going to dive deep into this era,
Yeah.
see what made it tick.
Okay.
And we've got some big names to cover.
Right.
François Rabelais,
Yeah.
Michel de Montaigne,
Yeah.
and the poets of La Pléiade.
Sounds good.
So to really get this, we got to understand,
Yeah.
the French Renaissance wasn't just about literature.
Right. It was a whole cultural shift, like a tidal wave.
Okay.
So, picture this. All of Europe's buzzing about ancient Greece and Rome again, taking up old texts, all these new ideas, and this energy, this excitement, it washes over France.
Okay.
Humanism, this new philosophy, it's all about human potential, using our brains, questioning things.
Okay.
And this challenged, the medieval mindset that was all about religion. Like, that's all there is. Right.
This said, hey, let's look at the human experience.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
people were saying, hey, there's more to life than just the afterlife.
Exactly.
Which leads us to François Rabelais.
Mm.
His book, Gargantua and Pantagruel.
It's
wild.
Yeah.
I mean, the humor is outrageous, but it's also got all this social commentary that still feels relevant.
Oh, absolutely. Rabelais, he was a satirist, like a master at it.
Okay.
He used this really sharp wit, to point out the problems, the hypocrisy he saw in society, especially with religion,
Like what?
Oh, well, there's the scene, right? Gargantua, this giant king, he uses church bells, like the big ones, as jingling ornaments for his horse.
Oh, wow.
It's ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
But Rabelais is making a point, He's critiquing the church, its materialism, the gap between what they preach and what they do.
So under all the laughs,
Yeah.
he's making us think.
Absolutely. He's asking these big questions about, knowledge, human nature, what it all means.
Deep stuff. Now let's shift gears a bit.
Okay.
Michel de Montaigne. Essays. It's like he's letting us peek inside his head, his heart.
Yeah.
It's amazing how relatable his thoughts are, even after all these years.
Yeah, Montaigne, his writing, it's so conversational. Like, he's just chatting with you, sharing his doubts, his struggles. It makes him, human.
Yeah.
He talks about things we all think about.
Like?
Fear of death, trying to figure yourself out. Relationships, why they're so messy. And he's honest, He doesn't shy away from his flaws.
Yeah.
And that's what connects with people then and now.
He's like a friend from the past.
Yeah.
Inviting us along on his journey of, figuring things out.
Yeah.
Okay, last but not least, La Pléiade.
Oh, yeah.
7 poets. Their goal, elevate the French language.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted it up there with, like, Greek and Latin.
Yeah. They saw the potential, the beauty of French, and they thought it deserved to be used for great art. So they experiment with different styles of poetry. They expand the vocabulary. They're like almost inventing new words, just to enrich the language.
So it's not just about writing poems. It's about
Yeah.
shaping the French language itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They had this national pride, and their work, it helped create a distinct French literature.
It's like they're creating a whole new identity for French literature.
Uh-huh.
So to sum it all up, the French Renaissance, it was a time of massive change,
Yeah,
not just in literature, but in culture as a whole.
definitely.
Rabelais, Montaigne, La Pléiade, they weren't just writing. They were, shaking things up,
Yeah.
challenging the norms, exploring what it means to be human, pushing boundaries.
I think what's really fascinating is how relevant their work still is.
Yeah.
I mean, they were talking about human nature, self-expression, the power of language.
Right.
These are things we're still grappling with today.
It makes you think about their legacy, right? Like, how did they influence later writers? Did their ideas, shape the course of French history?
It's really something to think about.
Definitely. If you want to experience this firsthand, I'd say go explore their works for yourself.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised by how witty, insightful, and, rebellious they are.
Absolutely.
It's like a whole new side to French literature you might not expect. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the French Renaissance. It's been a wild ride.
It has.
We'll see you next time for another literary adventure.
Sounds good.